So this week, my original plan was to cover the Steam release of Project Gorgon, but it takes a while to get just about anywhere in that game, and I've already covered the early part like 3 times, so I don't think I'm quite ready for a video on that. And as for my adventures in EverQuest, I'm level 11. It takes a while to get just about anywhere in that game as well, so I don't think I'm quite ready for my next video on that yet either. Damn, I need more time in my day. Someone get me a DeLorean or a phone booth or some other piece of really old tech that happens to be a time machine. Well, I guess since I'm pumping most of my time into these 2 games, this week I'll just dip my toe back into an MMO that I've been asked time and time again to take a second look at. Blade and Soul. Now, sometimes after I do a video, I occasionally think, you know, I might have been too hard on that game. Maybe I was in a bad place or just in a bad mood when I did the video, you never know. But I tend to think that with my first go around with Blade and Soul. At the time, I wasn't terribly thrilled with it, so I've been meaning to come back to see if a fresh look might change my opinion. In case you don't remember, since it was nearly don't think about how long it's been, Hive, you'll only depress yourself. I thought the combat of Blade and Soul was great, but after the novelty wore off, the game was just like any other MMO. And you know what? I did enjoy it more this time around. At least most of it, but more on that in a minute. Starting off, I decided that I wanted to try and keep things as close as possible to my first playthrough. So I chose the Kung Fu Master again, despite really wanting to pick one of the new classes. And I even went as far as getting Arcada back. Hey, Arcada! Arcada? Arcada? It's me, Hive! Hello? Arcada? Yeah, I couldn't get Arcada. I decided maybe one of the reasons I didn't enjoy the game on my first go around was the story. I remember not being particularly into it, so I went ahead and skipped it, or at least the parts I've already played through, which was the majority of the first 13 levels. Hell, I didn't even bother recording until I got to level 13. So we're picking it up here. Combat in Blade and Soul is pretty much the same as it was. Really fun and fluid. That said, I seem to be missing a lot of skills that I remember having in my first playthrough. Looking at old footage, I had a skill where I'd leap into the air and smash my downed enemies, and another one where I'd get on top of them and just beat them and... that didn't sound right. Also, is it just me, or have things gotten a lot easier in this game? I remember I used to have a really hard time keeping my health up, and enemies would take quite a few strikes to go down. Now? Nope. Counter, dead, counter, dead, counter, dead, dead, dead! Why do I even have other skills on my action bar? Basically everything died with one counter. And if not that, a quick follow-up combo finished the job. Even bosses went down like chumps. Enemy health must have gotten lowered or damage boosted, or I'm just playing better at the game now than I was before. I'd like to think it's the latter, but we all know that's not the case. Now, while I do enjoy feeling like I'm super f***ing powerful, just like in real life. Stop laughing, Wibbles! Being overpowered is a bit of a double-edged sword, as now I don't feel very challenged. Having everything die in just one hit is... I don't want super long, drawn-out fights. Trust me, I got enough of that going on right now. But I also don't want super easy mode. I guess if I want a real challenge, that's what PvP is for. Nope, 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 nope. Perhaps the PvE gets harder in time. In fact, I'd bet money it does. I'd just like to see a bit of that in the early game. But even that doesn't really bring down the game for me. No, sadly, I feel like the questing brings the game down a bit. Though it does give you some interesting scenarios, like Kung Fu fighting a giant spider. I don't know why, but that is something that sounds so absurd in my head that I absolutely need a movie of it. End of the day though, questing in Blade and Soul is still just going from quest hub to quest hub doing kill and fetch quests. But right now, I guess I've played enough bad games lately that it doesn't bother me that much. I think it just goes to show you that occasionally timing is very important in your enjoyment of a game. I feel like I should add that I still love the movement in this game. Running around, jumping, and gliding is a lot of fun, albeit I wish I could glide a bit faster. Maybe that'll come later though. Actually, that's something I'm a little sad about. I'm still not sure what the endgame is like in Blade and Soul. I know there are raids and PvP, and the game's put out a lot of expansions, so surely there's a lot there for everybody to enjoy. I just don't know how it is. So let me know in the comments below what you're doing in endgame and how it is. I'd really like to know. Bottom line, I think coming back to Blade and Soul was a good move. I don't find the game as, well, to be frank, boring as I once did. I think I really need to do this with more MMOs to see if there's a hidden gem out there that I may have written off before. But first, I've got some EverQuesting to do. Yeah, that's right, I just verbed EverQuest. Come at me, bro. And that was my return to Blade and Soul. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button for future videos. Next week should be my return to EverQuest. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter, Facebook, or Twitch for my weekly live streams. And if you really want to help the channel, you can donate to me on Patreon like these other amazing people. I want to watch them all kung fu fight a giant spider now.